Red Baron Classic Crust 4-meat frozen pizza. Is it any good? Let's find out, and at the end of the video, I'll let you know if I'd buy it again. Alright, welcome back fellow fans of grocery store food. I am the grocery store dude, and we got a frozen pizza, so we are back. We're going old school here at the oven, filming in my old apartment, of course. Before I get to the review, and here's the reveal of this frozen pizza here. I did get this pizza at Walmart. It cost $5.97 Canadian, so price is okay. But anyways, what I was about to say was a couple years ago in 2023, I filmed a review for a mini Red Baron pizza. I really liked it, and I said in that video, one day I'm going to film a full-sized pizza, and I'll admit, I kind of procrastinated a little bit, but better late than never. 2 years later, but I'm finally getting around to reviewing a full-size Red Baron pizza. And in fact, this is my first Red Baron full-size pizza. Enough yapping, let's get a close-up of this pizza. So here we go, this is the Red Baron Classic Crust 4-meat frozen pizza. We got sausage, pepperoni, beef, ham, and according to the box, this is the classic crust, not too thick, not too thin, with just the right amount of crunch. And for those of you that like detail, here are the cooking instructions. I did use the preferred method and cooked it directly on the oven rack, and also too, here are the nutrition facts, and here are the ingredients. Feel free to go back and press pause if you want to read those more carefully. Okay, so I do gotta say right off the bat, visually, you know what? This is a 4-meat pizza, and I'm not sure if you can tell on camera, but it's a little underwhelming. When you think 4-meat, you think, okay, this is gonna be loaded with toppings, but you know, I see a few pepperoni, and I guess I can see, you know, the sausage, and I guess there's beef somewhere in there. I see a little bit of ham, but when you think 4-meat, you would think this is like, you know, bursting with toppings, but it's not. So let me just grab a slice here first. And also too, I'm noticing on camera, it looks like it's kind of burnt. Obviously the ends are a little bit more cooked than I would like, but it's not burnt in real life, I guess. The camera makes it look like it is. Now, check it out here. I don't know if you can see kind of a cross section there, but this is a classic crust. They say it's not too thick, not too thin. So it's not a thin crust, it's not a thick crust. I'm really curious, so here we go. First bite of the Red Baron Classic Crust 4-meat pizza. Let's take a bite, see what this is all about. Here we go, first bite. Okay, I took another bite as well, and you know what? Let me just say this, wow, this is very salty, okay? This is not a bland pizza. Lots of seasoning, lots of salt, lots of flavor there. And I gotta say, talking about the crust, because this is a thin, sorry, it's not a thin crust, it's a classic crust pizza. If you look here, it's not too thin, not too thick, and actually I like that. The crust is actually right up my alley. I don't really like a thin crust or a thick crust. I kind of like just kind of an in-between, and this is definitely an in-between crust. So the crust is great, but my first impressions is very, very salty. Let me take another bite here. Yeah, very salty. I'm gonna try some of the meat here on some of this pepperoni. Here's some sausage or beef. All right, let me take one final bite. All right, so Red Baron Classic Crust 4-meat pizza. Overall, what do I think? So does it taste good? Yeah, it tastes good, but I can't believe I'm saying this. It's a little too salty and too flavorful for my taste. It's very salty, it's very peppery, it's a very bold tasting pizza, but it's because of the meat. When I tried the individual pieces, the meat is definitely what's making it very salty, which is funny because I like my salt. As I always say, I don't have a sweet tooth, but I got a salty tooth. But this is just a little bit too salty for me. However, it is a 4-meat pizza, so you're kind of getting exactly what's advertised. When you bite into a 4-meat pizza, you expect it to be bursting with meaty, salty flavor, and it definitely is. So I gotta give it credit, it definitely is not bland, but the pizza itself is actually really good as well. I like the crust, perfect size actually. They actually say again, it's with just the right amount of crunch, not too thin, not too thick. And I have to say, I definitely agree with that. The crust I like. The sauce tastes fine too, so does the cheese. So does it taste good? Yes, even though it's on the salty side, but would I buy this again? You know what? I'm actually gonna say no. I wouldn't buy this again just because, again, it's a little bit too salty for me. I'm actually excited to try just the cheese version. All right, subscribe for more frozen pizza reviews, and until next time, enjoy these foods. In moderation, of course.